small. Wow, tiny.
You are currently listening to Tiny Table,
where we explore TTRPGs you might not have heard of.
Whether big or small, we hope to cover them all.
Because we know that great things can come in tiny packages.
The name of the podcast.
On the grand line.
And welcome back to Tiny Table, where no game is too small. Here at Tiny Table, the game always changes, but our lovely players stay the same. Introduce yourselves, lovely players, and this time, please feel free to say your name for all to hear. You'll be learning them all in character very shortly.
Hi, I'm Holly, and I'm playing Violet Anderson.
Hi, I'm Skylar, and I'm going to be playing Sebastian B.B. Moneypenny, who's sort of a Jeepers sun, a Rut-Row rising, and a Jinkies moon, if I had to classify.
Well, if we're sharing a fun fact, I completed One Piece today. Documented June 9th, 2024, dated.
Time-stamped.
That's not Violet, that's Holly the person.
Yes.
It's my whole personality.
Speaking
now.
of person.
Hi, I'm Neo, and I'm going to be playing Spencer Hart.
Oh my god, that's great.
Any fun fact?
Fun fact about me, Neo, or Spencer?
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Leave it vague.
My favorite ice cream is mint chocolate chip.
That's a good fact. That's a good fact and a good ice cream.
And just one more thing. I have been, and I will continue to be your narrator for this campaign, Julian. And welcome back to FORIVA, the Angel game, as featured in Eureka Investigative Urban Fantasy, now for episode 2. I'm going to immediately ask both Neo and Holly to leave the room, as we are starting.
Nerds.
We are starting with our lovely, isolated Moneypenny.
Well, it was just nice to learn you guys' name finally.
Yeah, very excited.
Bye.
Bye.
So we rejoin Sebastian B.B. Moneypenny. We had a little talk off mic and realized that
Yes.
while you had initially intended to go directly to the school, given that our adventure began after school had already gotten out for the evening, it's likely that by the time you were able to drive there maybe would only be a few members of admin or some teachers left over, and not really any of the folks you were most interested in interviewing.
Yeah, I don't imagine, like, the nurse is staying overtime. There's not exactly kids to take care of or to nurse back to health by the time it hits 5 or whatever.
And she has a decent amount of time in between patients at the school to do her paperwork, so she's not really getting crammed late for work. No. So instead you've pivoted to visiting the home of Millie Reed's parents, who, wondering if you would know their names already or not.
Yeah, I have, like, some vague interest, and a part of me's like, Sebastian B.B. Moneypenny's the kind of guy with maybe, like, with clearly too much time on his hands. Like, maybe he'd be like, is this, I mean, I'm sure she's fine, you know. She sounds like a lovely young lady, but I also want to make sure that they're good for my son, you know. So maybe did like a bit of brief research in the directory for, like, the school. I mean, you know, if I know where they live, I'd imagine I'd probably have, like, their first names.
I think actually to find out where they live, it's probably going to be like a paperwork or maybe a technology check. If you're like, you probably will be consulting the Yellow Pages or something like that, or
yeah, okay, yeah, absolutely,
or possibly reaching out over the phone to the school to see if you could inquire.
Okay,
or actually, there are missing posters for Millie Reed that are, like, up on some of the poles around town.
Oh,
that started going up yesterday.
Okay,
so there will probably be contact information on the poster.
I think he would reach out, like, through the contact information. Yeah, I think that sounds reasonable to him. Mm-hmm. He has I do have in my inventory a little flip phone, so it'd be easy for him to just
nice.
Beep, 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 beep.
Hello, who is this?
Oh, good afternoon. My name is Sebastian B.B. Moneypenny. I saw that I'm looking at one of your flyers, missing persons.
Do you have any information about Millie?
Not lots, though I am hosting an investigation. I was hoping that mayhaps if you had some time, we could trade information, see if anything comes up. I'm personally invested in looking into this matter, and anything you could spare would be quite helpful. If you have time later this afternoon, I'd be more than willing to even pay for like accompaniment or food if the family wouldn't, if you...
We're both at home now. You can feel free to come by directly. You said you're a private investigator?
Yes.
Mr. Moneypenny, let's have you roll a wealth check. I want to see if they've heard the Moneypenny name and know that it's weird that you're positioning yourself as a private investigator.
So is this is one where I maybe want to fail the wealth check, or
possibly, yeah.
Possibly. I guess we'll see. Well, I'm not failing. That's it's an 11.
Cool. Yeah, this is a fun one. So you just got an 11.
Yeah. So
wonderful.
Pretty. Maybe knows who I am.
Yeah. There's a bit of a pause over the phone, and then You're Mr. Moneypenny who lives downtown in the Moneypenny estate? Moneypenny?
Yes, that is me. Correct.
You're a private investigator?
Well,
I always assumed you worked in finance or something.
Well, there is truth to both. It mayhaps more accurate to say I am investigating privately, as it is a matter important to me individually and also as a father, and also I felt that, just as a good and decent person, it feels perhaps a bit of my civil duty to see to this, especially given my resources.
We're flattered. Thank you. But I mean, any help is, of course, welcome. Come on by the house. We're both home now. You spend a little time discussing logistics. You figure out about how long it's going to be to drive there. He gives you the address. You hail a cab, make your way down. You give a quick knock on the door, and it is opened. You see within, both standing in the doorframe, a man and a woman. Both of them they're a little older than you. They're like in their kind of early 40s, you'd gauge. Man has kind of a comb over of his hair. He's got like kind of some prominent sideburns, comb over up the top, and fairly well receded hairline. Pair of large glasses on the bridge of his nose. His wife looks to be maybe a few years his junior. She's got her hair in a very tightly bounded braid running off one shoulder at this point. Both of them kind of like dark-haired brunette. They both look like they haven't been sleeping much. Pretty dark circles under the eyes. As you open the door, they both look you up and down, and the man
tips his hat.
Mm-hmm. The man speaks first, steps forward, and he says, "Lovely to meet you, Mr. Moneypenny. I'm Riley Reed. This is my wife, Lauren."
Mrs. Reed, pleasure to meet you. Again, Sebastian, BB Moneypenny. Thank you for taking time out of what I'm sure has been a very stressful day to see me this afternoon. My condolences for what it is you must be going through.
Thank you. It's frankly we wish more people were calling, so we appreciate it. Please come inside.
Absolutely. He takes a step in.
It's a nice enough home. It's obviously it's nowhere near the level of obvious wealth that you have for your own small mansion, but these people are living comfortably. You'd probably say they're middle class. They've got a nice big TV, nice cushy couch, couple armchairs in the main living room, well decked out kitchen.
Good taste, Cash. Good taste.
A lateral move. Goodness. They invite you in. They offer you something to drink.
Just water's fine. Yeah, I don't want to take up too much of your time. The reason I wanted to reach out to you, and the reason I've been getting somewhat involved personally, is I have very brief awareness of your daughter. Actually, she's a classmate of my son's. My son Cassius, or Cash.
Oh, of course, you're Cash's father.
Yes,
says the wife.
Yes. Oh, she's mentioned. That's good. I know that he mentioned that they were friends or acquainted. Shared some classes and whatnot. And so when
the wife Lauren continues, she says, I met your wife at the parent-teacher conference at the top of the year a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you met Martha. That's good. That's wonderful. For honesty's sake, we are currently no longer together, though we do still both...
I'm so sorry, my apologies.
No need to apologize. We both still raise cash lovingly, and regardless of the situation there, I come here, you know, as a concerned parent and father, especially, you know, with the news recently. It seems that this has been happening with somewhat more frequency, and they say, you know, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, and I find us parents rally together and stop this culprit, whoever it may be. The quicker we can, you know, be returned to, things can return to normal.
Of course. However we can help. I mean, what's your awareness? Have you found anything about Millie or anything at all?
So what I've been currently investigating is that there might be some likelihood that some of the targeted areas have been arcades, that maybe whoever this is has been either scouting or even performing kidnappings in and about the local arcade scene. I went to one today. I plan to visit many more before I, you know, return to my abode tonight, and hopefully throughout the rest of this week, seeing if there's anything on any cameras or and just any general suspicious behavior that could be reported. I did speak to one individual, a Jamie, seemed that they were a classmate as well, who mentioned that she'd been having some strange visions or mentions of some concerning, I don't want to say delusions, you know, the child's mind can be quite imaginative, I don't want to be dismissive, but was experiencing things that mayhaps others were not.
This was news to us yesterday. She'd not said anything to us, and we really don't know what it was that got into her at all. She has no reason to run away. The last time we saw her was... Mom kind of breaks down a little bit.
I'm very sorry. Please take all the time you need, and if there's anything you don't feel comfortable saying, I won't, of course, force anything out of you, but any information would help.
Riley, the husband, kind of places a hand on his wife's shoulder and says, I'll take it from here, dear. Like my wife was saying, Millie is... I mean, everything's been fine. She's doing okay at school. She's adjusting well. You know, middle to high school is always it's a big transition, but she's social and she's got her wits about her. We raise her well. I wouldn't think that she's, you know, susceptible to anything like that, but she seemed a little out of it over the weekend. You mentioned arcades, yeah? Yes,
it's where some of the they've been collecting rumors that has been an important location, but unfortunately there's many throughout town. I've only gotten the chance to visit one as of late. It could be any number of them or even multiple of them. And you said just briefly before we move on to arcades, you said the last time you spoke with her and she mentioned these visions was it yesterday?
Yesterday, Tuesday, we reported her missing. The last time we saw her was Monday morning, and she went to school, and her friends saw her at school. Last we know of her whereabouts is at school, at high school. Her friends said that she was really quite perturbed at school. They said that she had been making jokes on a Friday about, you mentioned visions. Lines up with what they were saying, that she had been seeing an angel.
Yeah, it's an angel, something about a game as well. And when I'd spoken to one of the children, they mentioned that these, as you said, it lines up with what your report of as early as Friday.
Yes, this is where we're concerned. Joy Zone is the nearest arcade to our house, and I know that she said on Thursday the 9th, she mentioned that she'd be home a little late. She gave us a call from school and said she was planning to go to the arcade. We had assumed she went to Joy Zone. It's kind of her regular location, but we called the proprietor for Joy Zone, and they know Millie, and they said she didn't come in at all that day, so either something weird's going on there or she went to a different arcade. I've been looking up the different ones in town. If she walked from school, the nearest one is the Funehouse, which is And I've not been myself, so I couldn't tell you much about it. But we were thinking of giving them. We were going to be giving them a call later today, actually. So, because we know that they're. We tried calling earlier and no one picked up.
I've been doing sort of on-site investigations as well and questioning, so I might, I think if we double our efforts, we might, scrounge up some level of information.
Let's have maybe a charm roll here. I think charm or comfort this could fall under, because you are trying to kind of help these folks who are in a bit of need right now. To let them, to kind of convince them that this kind of lets us ourselves divide and conquer is like the best way to go about this plan.
Okay,
Let's get a roll there. I think that,
Yeah, do we want it to be charm or comfort?
I'll say whichever's higher.
Okay, charm is higher, but of course with
Your fun.
yeah, with my fun
minuses.
little abilities,
Yeah.
just flat roll. It's not great. It's a 4. That's a failure.
He says, I was planning on going to the Joy Zone later today and seeing if I could ask anybody else. So, I've got that covered, but let me be clear here, Mr. Moneypenny. Time is really of the essence, and I very genuinely appreciate your assistance and your offer to help. You are, he kind of like trips over his words a little bit, and his wife kind of picks up and she says, "You're rich. I mean, I don't mean to put too fine a point on it, but couldn't you, help us? We've been calling around for private investigators, and the fees are so much higher than we expected, and a lot of them are already working on the Wolf Boys case. So if you could help us hire the best of the best, right? I mean, we really appreciate the help, we do. But maybe aren't there people who are perhaps a little more qualified?
If it's any consolation, from the research I've gathered, it seems the Wolf Boys case and Millie's case might very well be the same. So if there are already investigators on that case, to find one is very likely to find the other. And while I do understand the concern, I promise that my resources are being put to good use in my own personal investigation. I wish I could be of more comfort in this moment, and I do plan on, taking all my findings and giving them to professionals as well. This isn't just, I can't just sheriff my way into, any dangerous sort of scenarios. There will be professionals involved, but
why not involve them now? Why wait? I don't know. We're very appreciative that you want to help with this, but every minute counts, and I just don't know why you yourself would be the one to go, Mr. Moneypenny.
I do believe that my skills and my personal investment will be of use, will be of help. This is something that I've actually dedicated much of my time into learning and researching, and I promise there will be others involved. This isn't... When it comes to, obviously there are stories all over the news, and there's missing posters everywhere. There's already professionals involved, but there's only so much I find that the police or even private investigators are willing to do when they're not personally invested. They have the incentive of money, but I have the incentive of my son. I feel as if the people who are in these situations, are willing to go to places that maybe these others would not, because it means more to us. This isn't just something I'm doing because I think it'll get me a paycheck, and it's not even necessarily because of justice, but because I'm terrified like you. I'm a father, and this matters to me, and I'd do anything to make sure that Cash is safe and that his friends are safe. And at some point, yes, I think this may involve getting personal investigators and other resources on the line, but I want to make sure that when we come to them, we have as much to give them as possible. If we just give them what they already know, then they're not going to be starting off on any better foot, no?
Let's have one more charm roll and see if we can turn this around.
Come on, Moneypenny.
Come on, Moneypenny.
Yeah, sadly that's not gonna do it. My dice aren't cooperating with me too much. That's just a 5 total.
Yeah. You're very impassioned, but fundamentally you're saying the same thing that they rejected before, and they don't look as though they are terribly willing to change their mind. So you've marked down both the 5 points from the prior one and from this one. Are you at another Eureka already?
Yeah.
If you're curious to do so, you could attempt to do the same thing as before, where you pivot the roll you just failed.
Yeah, I'll just turn it over because, I don't know how many other reliable sources of people who have seen them, seen Millie recently I'm going to get to be able to speak to. So I'll take that fumble into a Eureka.
Alrighty. So we fumble that into a Eureka, into a full success. Now, your desperate postulations, despite their proximity to failure, just barely break through. Riley says, we can't afford to be turning away help of any sort, so let's go over all of this and we'll try your divide and conquer plan. I think that's kind of how we'll justify this. Is what we're really doing is we're turning the prior attempt to convince him to divide and conquer with you into a thing, and then that will come with more information.
Lovely.
And also a more directed way to push from here. He says, let's go over the full timeline. Thursday, Millie says she's gone to the arcade. I also realized I misspoke earlier. Flip the proximities. Joy Zone is the one closest to the school. Funehouse is closest to their place. It was reversed from what I had said.
Oh, okay. Understood.
But everything I said about him having never gone to Funehouse still stands. So on Thursday, Millie said that she was going to be a little late home and that she was going to be going to the arcade. She was there for probably 2 hours in total. She got home around 5:30, somewhere in there. From there, next day on Friday the 10th, according to her friends, that's when she first started making these references to an angel at school. She seemed casual about it, and there was no weird behavior at home. Over the weekend, the 11th and the 12th, she started to get a little more, she was in her room a lot. We had to call her a few times to have her come down for dinner, which was strange. She's usually pretty punctual. She took a walk on Sunday and was out of the house for a good hour or so, and she's generally a pretty social girl, so if she's doing things with her free time, she's not the type to just take a quiet walk about town. I was a little surprised about that. Came home about an hour later. Monday, she was quite on edge all throughout breakfast. She kept looking out the window, and we asked her what was up and what was wrong, and if there was something she was seeing out there. Lauren leans in and says, she's like, I was sat next to her at the table. I looked out the window myself, and it's a normal day. Neighbor was mowing his lawn, but he hasn't seen her from what we asked of him. We've asked basically everyone on the block, and as far as we know, on Monday she went straight to school because, there wasn't any word from admin that she was late. She got to school. Friends said she was, I don't like the word they used. They said she was behaving erratically.
I heard she might have gone to the nurse's office at some point for some outburst or something that she might have had.
Possibly. Yeah, we got a call from the nurse that day saying that Millie seemed quite stressed. The nurse gave Millie from what she told us, she gave her a gabapentin. Riley kind of leans in. He's like, I've taken gabapentin before. It's just a kind of a generic anti-anxiety drug. It's not terribly strong. It's good for if you're having a bit of a tense day, but.
And it seemed, all of these strange side effects and hearings happened way before the gabapentin. I don't think that'd be a huge cause for concern.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about what the nurse gave our daughter, but nurse said she sent my daughter back to class from there. And
But she never came home from school.
she never came home from school.
Okay.
According to her classmates, she did go back to class. She was there, finished out the period. After that, it was lunchtime. From what I heard, her regular friend group that she usually sits and has lunch with, she didn't join them. The only ones who had really heard her talking about the angel were those who she shared first and second period with. And she didn't show up to her first period after lunch. We didn't hear word about it from the school until school had ended, which we're quite upset about. She's playing hooky. That's our concern. And I know that schools like to handle these kinds of things internally, but I think it's very irresponsible that they didn't call immediately when she wasn't there after lunch, especially with some of the recent goings on here.
If it were cash, I would have wanted to know right away.
Of course, exactly, right? And we called the police that night, and they gave us that whole spiel and kids and, playing hooky and delinquent. We told the lady on the phone that our Millie would not do something like this, and there's no reason to behave in any sort of erratic manner, and we told them to have her reported missing immediately, and they said they had to give it a wait period, a 24-hour wait period, and that passed, and it's done, and she was reported missing the next day formally. But I want you to know, we called it in as soon as it happened, as soon as we were aware on Monday, because she'd already been acting strange.
No, I don't doubt it, and it's one of the reasons I personally struggle with the idea of taking it to other professionals, because like you said, they wouldn't hear you out for 24 hours. Anything could have happened in that time.
Ludicrous, completely ludicrous.
It's unfair, and it's not justice. Wow.
Damn right. So you mentioned divide and conquer. I think there's not much good we're having sitting here around the house, so
I can get to, anywhere in the city, whatever's most convenient to you. I do plan on looking into these other places, and perhaps either using hopefully just due to goodwill, any arcade or any other place would be willing to share information or what they have on their cameras. But if it is any comfort,
her friends said that she'd specifically been referencing some video game she'd played when talking about the angel. I think there's something to it there. I know the owner of Joy Zone. I'm gonna drive out there later today and talk with him myself. From what I've seen of it when I've passed it on the road, the Funehouse doesn't look to be in terribly good repair. Maybe your station will open some doors for you that I wouldn't be able to. So if we're gonna be splitting up, I think we should split up thusly.
That sounds like a good plan of action as far as I'm concerned. Mm-hmm. Yes, and again, and if it's any sort of comfort, I'll use my resources however I can to get more information on the matter. And of course here, and it'll hand like a card that has his number. If you find anything, please feel free to just call or contact me. I'll do the same with any information that pops up.
Thank you.
And if
truly
we run into dead ends, as soon as we do, we can contact someone who you feel more comfortable with if my own efforts prove to be less than adequate.
Mm-hmm. Much obliged. Do you need me to call you a cab? I noticed you arrived in a taxi.
Oh no, I can do so myself. That's totally fine. Mm-hmm. I might take a bit of a walk to jot down and go through over all my notes before I head straight to Funehouse, just to make sure that I've got everything in order. And I'll also be, my son goes to the same school. I'll be following up with an investigation there as soon as I can. Thankfully, my position gives me perhaps more free time than most to look into these matters more personally.
Much obliged. And again, thank you.
Absolutely, thank you. This is important to me as well. So, it means a lot that you'd be willing to cooperate in the investigation.
With that, we've come to the end of our scene, and we will have Neo and Holly rejoin the room. And Skylar, you yourself shall leave, but you might be entering this very scene a little later on, depending on how long it takes you to get there.
Ooh, I'm excited.
With that,
all right, get back.
Let's highlight the mechanic here. Skylar, roll me a d6. part of me.
Okay.
I want to see between your note jotting and your travel time how much longer it'll take you to get to the Funehouse than our other friends who are already on the way.
That's a 3.
3 on the die. If you're taking a cab, that's going to be 0 ticks. So I think you'll be joining them relatively early in the scene.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, if they're coming from where they're coming from, I think y'all actually all might be arriving right around the same time. Close enough that I won't even have folks leave the room. I think we can just bring everyone in. Let's see what happens when our heroes finally get together.
All right, you nerds, get back in here.
Get back in here, buddies. As we rejoin our heroes, the 3 of you are all converging upon the Funehouse. Let's randomize it to see who gets there first, because based on the ticking clock, it could be any of you, but I think it would also be a little silly if you all arrived at literally the same time. So let me have each of you roll me just 2d6, no mod, and see what's what.
Snake eyes.
Skylar, you had 1 additional scene, so give me a -1 on yours.
Well, it's a 1 and a 2, so
Doubles.
between that and Snake Eyes, I think it's gonna be pretty hard for Neo not to outroll us.
2d6.
Yeah.
Boxcars!
Okay.
If only we're on anything.
Anything else?
Anything useful.
Anything useful. Still though.
Alrighty, so Spencer's getting here first, and the other 2 of you are arriving at right around the same time. Yeah. Incredible.
Nice.
Wow.
Fantastic.
You better show up again, buddy, because that was...
Buddy.
That was...
Buddy?
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 I'm not joking.
I love it.
Serious pants.
Alrighty, so I'll describe the location. I won't repeat this description when the rest of y'all get here, so you can all feel free to pay attention, but it is technically being revealed solely to Neo at this point. You roll up to the Funehouse. Funehouse is an old arcade that is, I'm not going to beat around the bush, poorly maintained. It is located in one of the less wealthy parts of town. It is not super successful. Its exterior is covered in a faded mural depicting video game characters, which has since been sprayed over many a time with graffiti. A sun-bleached acrylic sign reads, Funehouse. The interior is a little bit nicer. It smells of greasy pizza and sanitizer, but the carpet and the walls are just a plain light blue color, and the only touch of personality is an old photo depicting kind of a man, looks to be kind of in his 40s, kind of like a wry smile on his face, giving a big thumbs up with this kind of big, wide smiling kid at a tournament in what looks to be like an older, busier, more successful iteration of the Funehouse. Within, there are a variety of different machines, mostly older or used cabinets. They don't look to be in super good repair. There is an employee currently in the building who is currently just kind of standing behind the till. To give you a bit of a description as you enter, you're kind of coming in through the doors right near where you enter along this kind of western wall. There is a series of tables north and south of you on either side for a small, 8-table dining area. There's a little counter just beyond those that leads back into a kitchen, and there's a little telephone on the counter behind which sits this kind of bored-looking, probably like barely out of high school age employee, or maybe even still in high school. It's tough to tell. She's young. Beyond this, there is a kind of double, back-to-back row of arcade machines that run through the center of the room, and then another row of arcade machines along the north wall. So kind of 3 total rows worth of machines. You kind of grok from the entrance, probably about 24 to 30 total games in here, though there might be repeats. There's a little hallway heading off to your right that heads down, presumably to like the restrooms, and that is what you're able to see upon entrance. Currently inside, there are it's not super popular right now. There are 4 kids here total, all playing on different cabinets. None of them, 2 of them are playing alone, and 2 are together playing at the same cabinet co-op style.
What time of day is it?
It's like afternoon. It's starting to get to be more like 4:30 p.m.
School day?
School day, Wednesday.
Okay. I enter the arcade. Should I know the person working there, or is this a big enough town where I wouldn't know who she is?
Nah, I don't think you know her.
Okay.
Big enough city that you're in a proper city, so it's like you wouldn't know just any given random person. She looks to be about your age, though, probably like 19, 20, something like that.
I kind of want to go up to her and try to rizz her up a little bit.
Please,
Hell yeah. Please.
As my opening move.
Hell yeah. Let's have
that your truth?
Let's have a charm roll and see. We can kind of shape the scene based on the results of this charm roll.
All right.
And I'm assuming you're gonna try and ask her some questions in tandem with this.
Of course.
So this will be an investigation charm roll.
Hang on.
I'm gonna need your phone number for the investigation.
Just give me a minute. I need to think about a way to be like...
Oh, roll the dice first, and then determine from there how good your one-liner should be. We'll see how good this Riz is.
Would this be charm or seduce?
Seduce.
Okay, good. Oh, that's shockingly better. That's a 10.
Oh.
But I have a -2 to seduce.
Wow. Mixed
I also
success.
have a -2 to seduce.
I'm like a 20-year-old burnout, and I'm kind of shy, and I don't know, talking to girls is hard.
Talking to girls hard.
So Spencer goes up to the girl at the register.
Give you a bit of a description. As you get closer, she's kind of tall and lanky. She's got messy red hair. Looks kind of a mix of disdainful and bored as she sits behind the counter. This is not a fun job. It is at the very least an easy job. And that's kind of the vibe you get from her as you are approaching.
I think Spencer kind of strolls on up. Ever since he heard it, he kind of had this idea sort of cooking. He's like, yeah, this is going to be great. And then he sees that she's like a redhead. She's kind of hot. And like, he starts sweating. And Spencer goes like, hey, have you heard of this angel game? Because I was hoping that maybe you would be one of the playable characters. And he does like a weird smile and wink.
She lets out a bit of a snort. She says, that one work on a lot of gals?
No. But I am looking for this angel game. Not like your phone number or anything, unless you want to give it to me. I hit her with the smile.
I think partial success.
In the role play, I really beefed it. So
yeah.
clearly she's into it.
Yeah, I think she kind of mulls it over. She mulls it over. She kind of like gives kind of a dry smile, and she says, "You know, you're cute enough that with a good line, you might actually, get some interest. So keep working on it, champ. But all the best." But what you said, looking for an angel game? What does that mean?
You think I'm cute?
You're looking for an angel game, you said?
Yes. I
have no idea what you mean by that. Are you looking for like a specific... We don't sell our machines. Just like,
no.
You can walk the floor and take a look, but I don't know what game you're talking about.
I guess my question is more like, have you seen any like kids talk about it? Clearly you are in the hub where this game is. Apparently these kids have been playing one of these cabinets, and they call it the angel game. Does anyone ever talk about it? Does anyone ask you about it?
Nothing in my knowledge, as far as I can recall. She like looks around and she says, I don't know if you can tell, we're not super popular.
Well, that's a shame.
No, that's nice. Less work.
Yeah. Oh man, I remember having like a birthday party here one time. This place really has kind of gone down, huh?
Yeah.
Well, thanks anyway, and hey, next time I'll come back with a better line. Wink.
Try it.
Spencer's feeling pretty good about himself. Talk to a girl.
Success.
Since the...
And he's a film bro. Impossible.
Since she was a redhead. It threw Spencer off. He really liked Scooby-Doo as a kid, so I kind of did things to him.
I should have given you like a conditional -8 or some shit like that. Instant failure.
Spencer figures, of course the disinterested teen doesn't know anything. So he's gonna go talk to the kids. He's probably gonna sidle up to like maybe someone who's like playing a co-op game, and he's gonna, probably like first, like to not seem creepy, just hang out at the cab next to it. Do you know what game it is?
The co-op game. Are you talking about the 2 kids who are playing together?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 2 kids playing together, they're playing on kind of the interior of the north side. They're in kind of the central row of machines. You come on up, they're playing a game called Crisis of Time with an exclamation mark. This single cabinet actually has 2 screens with a plastic gun wired to each one. The eye catch features 2 CIA secret agents who look way too young and fashionable and handsome to be gunning down as many ninjas and commandos as they are. The voice work is terrible. The game can be played probably either 1 or 2 players, but they're both currently going at it. The kid on the right has just gotten the game over and is like rifling through his pockets for quarters, and his buddy still has 1 life left, and he's shooting. He's like, dude, come on, and giving him the kind of hurry up you need to do during a light gun game.
I think I'll just start with like, here, take mine. I'll just pass him a quarter.
Thanks, man. Tink. And they kind of keep on playing.
No problem. But I just gotta ask you something. You guys heard about this angel game?
Angel game? These kids are kind of distracted, so getting them to give you their attention, I think, is going to take a roll. This will be an investigative interpersonal roll, but I'm going to give you a conditional +1 because you just paid their way back in. You've got 25 cents worth of goodwill.
All right, let's see it. 9.
9? They're like, angel game? There's no angels in this one. I don't know. Are there any angels in Doomhouse 2? It's like, no, dude, there's devils in Doomhouse. What, no. But like in the later levels, maybe? I don't know, dude. I'm beating Doomhouse 2.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. I don't. A lot of kids are talking about this recently. About some, like, if you play it, you can see angels. Like, you heard anything about that?
No.
No. Okay.
Then the other kid, like the first kid, gets his game over. He loses his last life now, and he goes, damn it. Talk about an angel game. I like heard someone reference that the other day, but I wasn't talking to him. I just kind of heard it in passing, so I'm not sure.
I passed the kid who lost the life another quarter. I'm like, for your time.
Thanks, man.
No worries. Hey, if you hear more about this angel game, don't play it, okay?
Okay.
And, stay in school or whatever. I walk away.
Sure.
I'm gonna go hit up the other kid.
Cool. This kid is playing Lost in Space. This kid is right just now starting up the game. You walk on up. This cabinet is largely painted a dark black with only a rather grim painting on the side depicting a frightened, crying astronaut in a baggy yellow spacesuit with a big bulbous helmet running and stumbling away from 4 other astronauts, each with a different colored suit, but they have like grotesque skulls underneath their visors. Kid clink. In another quarter, there's a brief view of the FBI logo and a reminder, winners don't use drugs. A text scrawl of red pixelated font against a black background starts on the screen, painting a dark picture of the future of humanity in the distant, far-off future of 2009. Soon, after major advancements in the field of space travel in the year 19... And the kid hits a button to skip. And at this point, we get to the actual gameplay screen, a dark red maze from a top-down perspective, representing the lone survivor as a blinking yellow dot that never stops moving and must cover every inch of the maze in small white dots before being cornered and destroyed by other differently colored dots that wander through the maze, some moving aimlessly, while others constantly pursue the astronaut by the shortest possible path.
Spencer probably asked the same thing. He's like, oh, hey, yeah, I remember this game. Wow. Graphics weren't as good as I remember. Hey kid, you ever heard about this angel game?
Let's have another charm roll.
Not great. That's a 5.
At least it's good for your investigation points.
Yes.
Kid is, very focused on the game. I think on a failure. He like looks at you with like a what? And you're and he's like, fuck, dude. I'm playing right here. Come on, man. You see it goes to the, briefly flashes the high score screen, and you see ham, tra, sigh, der, pop, chur, gob, cap, Ian, and Ben in order as the top 10 high scores. This kid does not have an opportunity to put in a high score on this top 10, groans, and puts in another quarter.
Hey, before you start that up, I just want to ask, I've been hearing everyone talking about this angel game. I need to know more about it. Do you know anything?
Do not know what you're talking about, dude. I'm really just trying to play Lost in Space here.
Hey, all right. I'm sorry. I slap a quarter on the cab.
Thanks. He pockets it.
All right, stay in school or whatever.
Seems like you've at least done enough goodwill repairing that maybe when he's less distracted, he might be more willing to talk.
Sounds like it. He's got limited hours after school. I'll let him play.
Yeah.
Spencer's going to talk to the final kid, but this time he's going to wait until the kid is finished with the game.
Cool. You walk up. This kid is currently playing Insane Bus. This black and white arcade cabinet is a bit skinnier than the other cabinets. It features a steering wheel and foot pedals instead of the standard joystick and buttons. It still has to be stood up to play, though. It's not one of those nice ones where you can sit in a chair. The game depicts a large double-decker bus in the narrow streets of England that must be careened precariously through traffic in order to deliver fare-paying bus drivers to their destination. But the timer imposed upon the player is so punishing, the gameplay is nothing short of pure chaos. Victory can only be achieved by violent disregard for traffic laws and general safety, plowing through intersections and other vehicles alike to reach each stop within the allotted time, while still keeping track of one's speed enough to be able to actually bring the hulking juggernaut of public transport to a full stop at each destination without overshooting or, dare I say, overturning the vehicle. This kid's decent at it. He's working his way. He's trying his best. Let's see how well he does. He manages to hold out for longer than you've ever done on Insane Bus, but I think you've probably only played this a handful of times. It's one of those games that's fun to play, but when every play is a quarter, dying quick is a big disincentive, and this one's pretty brutal on its difficulty curve.
Right. I'm like, damn, you are nailing this, dude.
Thanks, man. He pushes his hair behind his ear. He keeps up with kind of an aggressive torque, but eventually, as all things must, he eventually loses the Insane Bus. The high scores come up on screen, and he's done pretty well for himself. He's actually qualified for 6th place. You see above him HAM, TRA, WHO, RRR, YUU, and here he inputs BEN, Ben. And beneath we have SAG, CAP, CHI, and Blue.
Ben, you're the Ben on Lost in Space.
Yeah, I got one of the scores in this arcade.
Hell yeah, man. Spent a long time here?
A decent amount.
Hey, I'm looking for something called the Angel Game. You heard of it?
He kind of glances around and he points over at a machine that you actually walked past earlier, and he's like, is that one? You glance over in its direction and you see the title FORIVA plastered on the exterior of the device. So as you look over, you see an arcade cabinet of solid blue panels with a black trim. There are no other embellishments. You kind of passed it because it wasn't super consequential looking. But you see the name FORIVA in large block letters at the top. The inset CRT rests on a plain little title screen, just the title, FORIVA, and the company name, Arcady Works. That's Arcady with a K. Blinking steadily against a black background. Every few minutes, to prevent the image burning into the screen, it'll kind of jiggle up and down a little bit. And he says, I tried it earlier. There's an angel in it. I don't really know, but it kind of sucked, so I didn't really care.
So you've... How many times have you played it? Just once?
Just once.
Today?
I died on the first level.
Today?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know anyone else who's played it?
I don't know. It kind of sucks and there's no one else here, so no.
No one at school talking about it?
This kid's a little bit on the younger side. This kid looks like he's more of a middle schooler whose voice dropped kind of young. And he's like, no, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. No worries. Hey, Ben, listen. There's a rumor going around that apparently if you play the game, something weird happens to you in real life.
Yeah, you lose a quarter.
I like you, kid. You got it.
Thanks.
But listen, just watch out, okay? Just don't
Sure.
follow any strangers, and don't follow any angels. and just keep your eyes peeled. And you know what? Don't. Someone tells you this game. Someone asks. Just say it sucks. All right.
Mission accomplished. I already think that.
Great. Awesome. Take care, Ben.
Thanks. What's your name?
Spencer.
Cool.
I'm Noah's brother. I don't know if you know him.
I don't know. Noah.
Yeah. All right, cool. Spencer beelines it for the FORIVA cabinet.
Alrighty. As you're heading up to that, I think it's time for our two other characters to enter the scene. I'm gonna say that just give it. Who had the higher roll, like on their literal dice?
Me.
Skylar.
I had a 1 and a 2 versus Snake Eyes.
Let's have you enter a brief moment. You're arriving maybe like 1 minute, 30 seconds before Holly does, but let's have Neo. Could I have you now give a more of a proper visual description of your character so Skylar and subsequently Holly can be aware of who it is they're meeting, and then when each of you enter, again, describe your characters so that Neo knows who they're meeting.
Absolutely. Spencer kind of looks like how Jesse Pinkman dresses. You know, very, baggy pants, ratty Vans, like graphic Linkin Park-esque t-shirt. Although I guess,
yeah, brother.
And, like hoodie, kind of a drug rug patterned hoodie, long, middle part, I wouldn't say greasy, but like kind of like a sandy, dirty blonde color. Like a chin scruff going on. But it's not really much to write home about. Mm-hmm. And that's Spence.
Mm-hmm.
Smells a little bit like weed, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And Skylar, would you please describe your character so Neo and Holly can benefit from this beautiful knowledge?
Yes. So would have been stepping out of his cab, a sort of somewhat tall but kind of lanky gentleman, mid-30s, maybe late 30s, specifically 39. I'm still kind of fresh with it. You have Sebastian BB Moneypenny. He's, it's kind of hard to tell what he's wearing because he's come dressed in a very long sort of trench coat with a little fedora atop a suave kind of pushed back side of black, well-kempt, gelled hair. You look like you have a question.
Yeah, can you please be honest? Is the BB, does that sound for big bucks? You have to be honest.
How did you possibly guess that? How did you possibly know that?
Because why would you not share it? Why would you say BB?
It's a mystery game.
It's a mystery game. You put the clues together. You've solved my money puzzle, Holly. Yes, his name is Sebastian Big Bucks Moneypenny. It's a middle name.
Oh my god.
Or it's a nickname, rather.
It's a middle title.
I was hoping for big booty.
Yeah.
I can't believe I got that.
Bounce a Moneypenny right off it.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Sorry, you have beautiful gelled hair.
Yeah, just slick back hair under a fedora that he's keeping kind of tucked forward. He hits a little recorder.
This is Moneypenny back on the case, P.I. We have arrived at the new location of the Funehouse. I believe that with this sort of shoddy exterior, we plan to find much more on our investigation, and hopefully we can make this a safe neighborhood and turn the Funehouse into a Fune home. Moneypenny out.
And clicks his recorder as he goes into the arcade.
And you, Holly's beautiful character, are pulling up and parking in your car when you see a man dressed like that visibly talking into a little tape recording device, standing, let's call it, hands akimbo in the doorway of the arcade you've just pulled up to. Could we have a description of your character?
The last thing you hear him say is, and remember, Moneypenny loves cash. Before he clicks.
I also think I probably see through the glass some drug rug ass guy going from child to child, and I'm like,
by the time y'all are arriving, Spence is at the FORIVA cabinet, so he's no longer bouncing quite as aggressively as he was before, but he is definitely the oldest kid here. Not really a kid.
And meanwhile, the picture of stranger danger shows up. What do you got under that trench coat, you freak?
All right, it's Violet, time for you to make a citizen's arrest of this man who is clearly the serial kidnapper of these children.
And this is the drug dealer?
Yep.
I found them both. I'm on the case. Well, my name's Violet Anderson. A 21-year-old college student, pretty lanky, with a like kind of a shag haircut, very thin and lithe, but like, you know, not too tall. She is wearing kind of like a classic like old camp t-shirt, like jeans, like beat up Converse, a denim jacket with just so many patches of different science camps and other bullshit. In her car, you know, she has it all decked out in her car, but something notable about her is she always kind of smells of like incense or perfumes, but she just seems like kind of like a normal college girl.
Mm-hmm. Especially in comparison, in terms of normality, tough to get stranger than Monsieur Moneypenny standing there in the doorframe.
Yeah, I think I slammed the door, and it slams with like a big, and I think I'm walking up. I'm like, hey sir, are you here to pick someone up?
No, I've just arrived to go in.
For what?
Pleasure to meet you, madam. My name is Sebastian B.B. Moneypenny, a private investigator. I'm looking into a missing children's case that has been going about and ravaging our otherwise beloved and town. So I'm here doing some investigation, hoping to find more clues about the given nature of this little conundrum.
Are you selling drugs to kids?
What? No.
Is that a tape recorder?
Yes.
Are you recording me right now?
No. This is mostly for
Show
personal
me.
notes.
Prove it.
No, these are my own personal notes.
For what?
For me, later, and maybe my son.
Your son? Where is your son? Is he in there?
He's probably with my ex-wife.
No shocker there.
Fucking brutal.
And I walk in, I say, you stay out here, sir.
Yeah,
I will
think-
not. What's your business with all this? What do you...
I think this is also an animated enough exchange that it has drawn the attention of all of the children, certainly, and is definitely audible to you, Spencer, and that you can see them. They're kind of bickering in the doorway.
Oh, freak show.
I think I just kind of walk in. I think I immediately see kind of this drug run guy like around all these teens, and I'm like, I kind of go over and I'm like, all right, my one tactic didn't work. I go over to him and I say, hey.
Oh, Spencer's thinking, whoa, 2 babes in one day? What's going on?
Damn, this rules. Maybe I shouldn't be in my parents' basement so much.
Yeah, hey, sup?
You know about the angel drug?
Drug? You mean cocaine?
What?
You know, like angel dust. Like
I
that's
don't
what
think
people
that's what
call it.
angel dust is.
That's
Angel
definitely.
dust is definitely cocaine. Sorry,
Whoa, Jesus!
Sorry, I just...
So you do know about
just kind
drugs.
of-
Ew, a magical pervert right behind us.
Sorry, you were very rude, and I was gonna kind of tell you off, and then you started talking to this gentleman.
Man, no one's ever called me a gentleman before. That kind of rocks. You know what? I've changed my mind about this freak show.
What do you mean freak show?
What do you got under that trench coat?
I'll show you. And he's wearing very business casual attire. He has full slacks, a belt, a button-up shirt. This dude looks like a business guy, like a finance gentleman.
Yeah, you should keep that thing unbuttoned because people get ideas.
But it's less mysterious that way. That's like I can't be giving away all my secrets. Otherwise,
What secrets do you got?
I could have. Wouldn't you like to know?
That exact
well,
level
now
of stuttering.
I'm interested. No, you're talking about the angel game?
No, I was talking about the angel drug, but
There are no drugs here.
Wait, like
And you know what they say. Winners don't do drugs.
no, I agree.
wait. You two know about like the angels with the
Wait, the angels?
Yeah, I heard it was related to a game. I thought it was drug induced. I mean, seeing thing. What? Who are you people?
Do I look at the game and see there is like an angel in the
So
game?
I don't think you've put in your quarter yet. So currently it's just the word FORIVA, single word FORIVA, on a black screen. It's currently in the process of like, just to avoid screen burn, it's like moving up and down. But it's not a terribly good at advertising itself title. It doesn't have much in the way of catch art or anything. It's just the word FORIVA.
Got it.
Wait, you guys also have heard about an angel?
Yeah. My brother sees one.
Wait, your brother's seeing...
Yeah. I'm investigating it because I tried to catch it on camera and I couldn't see shit. You guys want to check it out? And I flip open the viewfinder and I pull up the video.
Was he trying to run away from home?
Yeah.
So was my little buddy.
I don't know what kind of relationship that is, but like, that, yeah, no, it's been happening to kids. And they say
Yeah.
it happens because you play this game.
He was at the arcade on Monday.
I'm looking into a case for a young Mrs. Millie Reed who's gone missing as of this Monday.
Both of you would have seen missing person posters for Millie Reed kind of posted about town.
It was said by her classmates and also by her family that she was speaking of seeing angels roughly a few days prior, that the last Friday went out to by herself to some arcade or something to go out.
Oh my god, these entities are more insidious than I thought. They're capturing multiple children.
Wait, entities? No, it's probably just like some drug
Well,
dealer.
because there's also those 2 teens that took a drug called Angel that people have been pushing around teen hangouts. They're in the hospital. I thought maybe Alfie's candy got laced with something. That's why I came here.
I was kind of thinking that maybe Millie didn't actually go to the arcade and went around doing some sort of weird drug thing, but
I mean, I don't really see
mentioned
any drugs around here.
I don't know, they mentioned a game related to the angels, so maybe, but like, what do you mean insidious creatures? Like what, aliens?
Yes.
What? That's
Absolutely.
ridiculous.
What are you talking about, man? Look, these are clearly mind-manipulating, memory-altering entities, possibly more than one, that seem to infect or spread from this machine. So first of all, nobody touch it, okay? We gotta
I'm the freak show.
What? You're dressed like some kind of pervert.
What do you... I'm dressed like a detective.
And listen, whatever this is...
totally detective gear. They wear trench coats and like hats. And I've got a magnifying glass. I pulls out a magnifying glass.
Is this like just some sort of sick glee for you?
No, I'm very serious. The girl missing is my son's crush. This is very big for him.
Okay, well,
I
that
kind of
sounds...
lean into Spencer and say, he's divorced.
Oh, yeah, it does weird stuff to you. I won't lie. My dad wasn't really the same.
After the divorce?
Well, actually, she died, but that was, you know, the loss of a spouse can be really tricky.
Young man, I'm very sorry. Young woman, I can hear you. I'm right here.
Nah, man, it's the remarrying that's the weird part. I don't recommend it. Your son's gonna feel weird about it.
But,
Sorry,
like,
that's like way
what if-
too personal.
No, but what if she's kind of a baddie? Like, what if she kind of got it still? And like there's
Are
still
you
a
talking
chance.
about your ex-wife?
Yeah, I mean, it was like pretty amicable.
I mean, I don't know. At least you aren't like my parents who just don't like each other. Maybe try therapy.
I mean, look, if
Note to Moneypenny. Look into a couples therapist.
right, we're getting off track here. So it's not drugs. Contrary to what I look like, my brother Noah definitely does not do drugs. He's like 13. Well, okay, that's when I started doing drugs, but that's irrelevant. He's a good kid, and Kate's a real hard ass. So like, whatever. So it's not drugs. And it seems very real. These entities
Do we wanna
corrupt.
go somewhere? Sorry, I'm getting hungry, and I don't know if we should be talking about all this next to this game.
Yeah, look around at this empty arcade with 3 kids.
You're
and they're-
definitely getting like kind of lingering looks from some of the kids, but you've all been kind of kvetching together long enough that most of them have just kind of gone back to their games. And the girl at the counter is still at the counter. So take it or leave it, you know.
Spencer has an idea. I think Spencer turns to the gang. You're right. We need to get out of the way of prying eyes because I got a theory, and I want to talk about this, and you're going to want to sit down for this.
Okay, that's I've been collecting evidence on the case. I need as much information as I can get. I'm willing to share what I have if you are willing to share. We could, I don't know, go somewhere that, I don't know, 3 young people such as ourselves go, like a Denny's or something.
Sure, man. Young people. Yeah, we'll go to a Denny's. Nobody cares about who's there at the Denny's.
All right.
Beautiful.
But before we go, I'm just gonna go up to the girl at the counter, be like, "Oh, hey, I never got your name."
Josie.
Cool. Hey, Josie. Listen, the angel game, it's the FORIVA cabinet. It's broken. I think you should put it out of order sign on it, just so you know.
Broken. Did it like eat your quarter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I have it back?
You just press like the little plunger on it. Usually it'll send it
Yeah,
back
no,
out.
it totally didn't work. I just like kept trying and really jamming it in there.
Give me a manipulate roll, please.
Yeah, sure.
Are you trying to be hot by saying jamming it in there?
I think Violet is hearing this and has like a permanent like.
Yeah, and usually I'm really dexterous with my fingers. I work on a lot of equipment, a lot of knobs and dials.
I walk out. You're like ding ding as I leave.
That's gonna be a.
Like, yo,
Is that a manipulate roll?
Manipulate.
Okay, that's a 8.
8. Partial success. She like kind of glances at the other 2 of you, takes a moment, hands you a quarter from behind the till,
Wait.
and she says, I'll give it a check and I'll unplug it and plug it back and I'll figure it out. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, no worries. Just just slapping out an order on there. I'm sure that'll work.
Which one did you say was the FORIVA?
Yeah, that one.
Which one's that one?
It's kind of the plain blue one. I point to it.
She takes a look over and she's like, out of order. That one's like brand new.
When it come in?
Not sure exactly. Mr. Foon's been bragging recently about having like a new exclusive game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of don't give a shit about arcade games, so I don't really pay much attention. But I think that one's new because we used to have a Mrs. Lost in Space there, and it got bunked, and we had to put a different machine there. And I mean, I haven't played it. I don't know what it's about. I never heard of this one, but if that's the new game, then it's weird for it to be out of order. I'll let Mr. Foon know, and we can put in a service request for it. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, no worries. Just take it out of the rotation for now. No big deal. All right, I'll catch you later, Josie. Next time I'll come back with a better line.
Cool.
See ya. He kind of like tucks his hair behind his ear. He's like, yeah, that's right. Talking to girls.
Sensitive
right.
style.
All right, Sebastian, where's your car?
Oh, I just sort of taxi everywhere.
What?
Ain't that expensive?
But it's fine. It's
Can I have each of the people who isn't Sebastian please give me... Let's do, a social cues roll.
That is a 4.
That is also a 4.
Congratulations, Sebastian. We found the first 2 characters who don't know you by last name as soon as you come in.
And is that 3 investigation points?
No, this is not an investigation thing. This was just to see whether or not any of you had heard
Real
about
quick.
this dude before,
Now that I've met these 2,
given he's such a character.
could you roll me 2 private social cues real quick about these 2?
Mm-hmm. Is there a modifier for this?
+1. That's my social cues.
Acting mighty suspicious over there.
Okay.
All right. What do I get about Miss Violet first?
To begin your
All right.
deductions about Violet, you deduce from the copious kind of unguents and perfumes that she wears that she has a side gig as one of those kind of door-to-door perfume salespeople, and that she's been kind of pocketing and using some of the product for herself. You get this from kind of the pretty broad variety of smells you're getting from her, and you're like, she's done a bit of a sampling for herself. As for the other one, You notice the variety of little pins on the lapel of her jacket, all of which have sort of a scientific theme, a lot of them with a chemical theme. You deduce that this woman works in the pharmaceutical industry. And for Spencer, you deduce from the paint splatters on the bottom fringe of his pants that he works or creates in an art studio, a painting studio of some sort. You also deduce from the kind of blonde coloration and kind of wiry, damaged look of his hair that he dyes his hair very often. Dyes and possibly bleaches as well.
All right, noted. Yeah, so with that, I guess, going back to the car thing, he just says, oh yeah, I mean, it's fine, it's not too big a deal. I could order cabs for all of us if we want, or how did you both get? What are your names? I don't think I Spencer BB Moneypenny. Hello.
Dude, you sound like your name like a Scooby-Doo villain. What the hell?
What do you mean? It's a normal name. Moneypenny's a proud name.
Are you rich?
I do well for myself.
Yeah, that's code for rich. Okay, cool. Fuck yeah. I'm Spencer Hart. I make movies and I document entities, right? So things from beyond, cryptids, folklore, ghosts. Well, I don't really like to fuck with ghosts, but they show up enough in my practice. So I'm what you call a believer, right? I look for the truth. So that's kind of my whole thing.
Ah, okay.
I also work at Blockbuster, but that's different. That's like that's my job for the man. This is my passion. This is my art.
Well, Mr. Hart, I can't blame you for chasing your passion. I don't know if I would consider myself a believer necessarily, but I'm here to help find the truth. How about you, young lady?
I'm Violet. Yeah, I mean, I guess I believe in that stuff. Like, I think it'd be cool if it existed.
It definitely exists. It just hasn't been captured on film well enough to be believed by more than the real believers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess we'll find it now. I drove here.
Yeah, I took my van.
Oh, so I can just carpool with one of you two.
I look. No. I see this creep, and I see like a nice college girl, and Spencer's a feminist.
Hell yeah.
Spencer's
lots of room in the van.
Yeah, dude. There's lots of room in the van. You can come with me.
Heck yeah. Let's get to it, gang. I'll
Yeah, that's right. Let's split up and look for clues.
Well,
We're
actually, we're
going
gonna
to
get
the
together
Denny's,
for
right?
the Denny's.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. The wrong time to use that. Whatever. Let's go.
Hey.
Let's take a quick. Could I have Spencer and could I have Violet each roll me a d6?
Just one.
Yep.
Yeah, 3.
Cool.
3
as well.
Oh.
Wunderbar. Lovely. There's a Denny's quite nearby. It's not going to take up any ticks of time to get there. It's just like a couple blocks down.
Oh, you've got a fan. It's like the mystery machine.
Yeah, man, that's what I call it.
Whoa, that's quite cool. My son's really into a pup named Scooby-Doo.
The new series, it's mid. It's okay. But
No, I don't know.
I
I
was a
think
fan
it's-
of the classics.
I think it's
myself.
good that they have one, targeted for a younger audience. But hey, I'm also a big fan of the classics. I mean, you
I
can't
know, right?
you can't beat the original.
Well,
Not a huge fan of like the Scrappy Dude stuff, but
Yeah, nobody likes Scrappy.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, who
He's
did-
just,
but
he's
no,
just
I'm-
so annoying.
I'm hoping if they remake it again, he's dropped. But I mean,
Yeah, I think we are probably like walking to the van as this happens, and I'm like, all right, Violet, see you at the Denny's. And then you get to the mystery machine, you open the door, and you see up on the like side of the van, because you can kind of see into the back from the front, there is a large poster of like a pinup girl, but the head is like has replaced on top of it a picture of Scully from X-Files. And she's just I'm pasted on top of the pinup girl. I'm like, I don't say anything about it, but you definitely see that. And like a bunch of like, you see a tripod, you see camera equipment, and then you see like on the other side, like this, you see this really sick tapestry that has like this kind of kaleidoscope of color and aliens and Bigfoot, kind of just really loud.
there's like a part where I like Sebastian's like about to say something, and then he has a thought to himself. I asked to ride in a van with a stranger. This is about what I should expect, I suppose, and chooses to just shrug and say nothing, and kind of gets in the passenger seat.
Yeah, and we drive off.
Beautiful. We're gonna go around and check who here has already budgeted for their meals as part of their inventory.
I have.
So you've got budget, and you can choose whether or not to spend it. Neo?
Nope.
Nope. All right, so you'll need to roll. And you didn't, I believe, because you have a high wealth skill, and you were like, I don't need to budget, I'm wealthy.
I'm rich.
So let's have wealth rolls from y'all two.
All right.
And then you can choose, Holly, whether you want to spend the budget today. It is going to be dinner, so in theory, it's like... I'd let it roll forward to the next 2 meals of the next day, and you'd have to only start rolling for the final meal, so it's up to you whether you want to start using it now or save it for tomorrow.
I'll use it.
Cool. So you're good for the wealth check for now.
Oh, sorry. I meant I'll do the wealth check.
Let's have everyone make a wealth check then.
All right. Oh, everything's coming up, Moneypenny. It's an 11, full success.
Beautiful.
Oh, is it 2d6?
Yep, wealth check 2d6 plus your wealth skill.
That is going to be an 8.
I can afford to eat at Denny's. I can afford to eat at any Denny's.
6, you say?
Yeah.
Okay. On a full success, they'll be able to get food anywhere with no hassle or without worrying about it. Partial success, they're able to obtain food, but there is a catch. A couple different options are prevented. Failure, the investigator cannot afford a meal.
I hit Moneypenny with the... fuck, man. I just came out here in such a rush, I, didn't pack my wallet. Hey, Moneypenny, mind buying me a small coffee and maybe some hash browns? In exchange for my secrets?
You could have put a bit less snark on the whole Moneypenny thing, but it fine. You're giving me a ride. I can pay for you. I can buy you.
Yeah, it's like a taxi, except you pay in coffee and hash browns.
You know what? That's cheaper than a lot of taxis. So sure.
So let's have a second wealth roll from Moneypenny. See if you've got it on your person to throw in a second.
Total with my +3 is 9, which is a partial success.
I think it's 2 partial successes and a full success, which, you said you were going to Denny's. I think this falls under the 2 options for a partial success for food are you can eat good food, which is filling and healthy, but you make a poverty composure roll, like you're kind of biting into your budget more than you'd like to. Or the other option, which I think makes more sense here, you can eat cheap, nasty food, or just a small snack. You are fed and you have your composure bonuses you need, but you take a -1 penalty contextually to all physical skills until your next meal.
All right.
Yep. Denny's will fuel you, but it's not going to be, you don't go running a marathon afterwards.
He goes, realizing that, like, we do sit down at Denny's, he's like, oh, I haven't really ever been in one of these.
I love it.
You gotta get the Grand Slam, man.
The Grand Slam?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's the best thing there is in Denny's.
All right. Ma'am, 2 Grand Slams. Extra slam, please.
Coming right up, sweetheart. And for you?
Oh, hi. Yeah, can I get 2 Grand Slams?
4 Grand Slams coming right up. And as the
Heroes
waitress
prepare to get slammed.
Grandly.
And as our heroes prepare to be grandly slammed,
Yes!
we iris out the camera on, and we will open next episode.
I did it!
We will open next episode on our first meal scene as our characters will collate their information and come up with a plan on how to proceed regarding FORIVA, the angel game.
Dun, 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 dun.
Eureka!
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 Fantastic. Nicely done, y'all.
Yeah.
Good job, team.
She zoinks on my Jeepers till I jinkies.
Call it a Scooby snack. It's terrible. Horrible. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
I'm rowing to Rome.
You go in the corner. You go in the corner. You keep that in the fucking episode, I swear to God. I swear to God, Wally. You'll never work in this borough again. You'll have to go to Queens.
Oh, man.
No promises.
Drake Coker is a micro tier
Our top level patron.
And you're gonna make him listen to this slop?
My beautiful,
Sorry, Drake.
honorable father. Oh, man.
Hi, and thank you for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, then we'd really appreciate if you left us a review. If you really like what we do here and want to support us further, you can join us at patreon.com/tinytablepodcast. Our business email is also open for inquiries at tinytablebusiness@gmail.com, and all of our socials can be found in the episode description for any shenanigans you might want to follow. Till next time, see ya! Hi, and welcome to the Shoutout Corner. To Stefan, who was the most recent hire at the Funehouse, e.g., Moneypenny's personal chauffeur who had the day off. Nancy, the waitress at Denny's who is currently whipping up the grandest of slams. Drake, my king. Hey, I'm sorry for the outro, dude. You deserved better. And Jordan, Ben's older brother who always buys him ice cream after picking him up from the arcade. Such a good older brother. And lastly, our largest shout out of all goes to the entire team of Annam for making this partnership possible. Thank you so much for working with us, and definitely check out their Patreon and itch.io linked in the description for more Eureka goodness. Take care, detectives!